Welcome to Reykjavik. Best of Reykjavik.
And a pastry.
A pastry.
Coffee and Icelandic Scrabble. And just a little bit of a local Reykjavik coffee shop vibe. It's very calm and cozy and yeah, quaint. I like it.
Very large piece of chocolate.
Can you say dudlagut?
It's hard.
Yeah.
Good. And they don't play around with their chocolate in Iceland, that's for sure. If you're getting a pastry in the morning, it's gonna have some chocolate.
But this dudlagut, and I guess it means that
Let me help you.
it's good and it has dates. Who's calling you, Azalea?
Hello.
Oh, hi Azalea. How's your dudlagut?
Now, after a long, beautiful, amazing time venturing in nature, we're now going to be city slickers. We're going to figure out the best food, the best drinks, and the best of everything. And we're going to enjoy Reykjavik and maybe even see a soccer game. Say hello to our new vehicle that we use to get around town. Fancy meal, family.
Alright gang, so today we're headed for lunch to go to the noodle station. And we've been walking down this like kind of pedestrian walkway area with like shops and food and cafes and trinkets and clothes and vintage stores, and it's pretty awesome. We're all really quite hungry, and as you can see the weather is like overcast and cloudy and chilly today.
One of the things you can never figure out is the greatest mystery of all time is the hours of operations of a business in the great country of Iceland.
Turns out the noodle station is closed, so we're gonna go to a new noodle place called the High Noodle.
Now's the time to go sit in the bar. Hey! Sleepyhead woke up.
Hey, I got my balloon.
Yeah, you do.
Had some delicious appetizers.
I'm stuffed.
Me too. Now continuing with an adventure around Reykjavik.
He sounds super excited. What's going on? Everybody sounds super tired.
I think
What's
everyone
this
is
weather?
tired.
I win.
A rainbow road.
Come on, guys.
Let's go.
Guys. Go.
Jump!
Jump.
Hey Piggy. We're headed to the campsite just here in town. We're gonna see if we can make sure that we can reserve a space. Make sure that we can at least get a space to park. And at most of the campsites, everybody has a different system. But for the most part, you get like a parking ticket that you just put in your front dash.
Sun Voyager.
Right. Aura is an Apple Award-winning all-in-one app for mental well-being and sleep. While the other self-care apps offer a one-size-fits-all approach, Aura provides a holistic and personalized library of well-being resources tailored to your needs. With a community over 5 million with 5,000 personalized tracks, it's no wonder that 97% of first-time users report improvement just after 3 days of using the app. When I was working on putting my profile together, I was looking to focus on breathwork, shorter meditations, reduce stress, and keep my mindset calm when it comes to meditation. I find it really difficult sometimes at night to switch off, constantly thinking about the endless things that I didn't get around to doing in my day, especially having Azalea. Sometimes she has those nights where she's just really fidgety. So I love using Aura for their soundscapes, nature sounds, great, relaxing, peaceful music, and it really does help calm my mind and Azalea's mind, and we can both really find our inner zen and go night-night much more easily. So if you're interested in bringing a little bit more calm and peace and zen to your life, then the first 500 people to click the link in the description below will be getting a 7-day free trial, plus you'll be getting 25% off your subscription of the app for the first year. So if you have it in your heart to find that moment of calm, then I would suggest meditation and breathing and just finding time for yourself. And if you need a little extra guidance, then an app is a really great way to do it. So check out Aura, and let's get back to the video.
Your daughter, Mama. Sorry.
Right. It's okay. Okay. Oh my god.
Lego man.
Your hands on here. Right up here. Now feet. Where do your feet go? Yep, that's a good one.
We're leaving in just a few days, but we are at our wits' end, I think, with Vanlife. So we went out and got just a couple of small things from like a grab-and-go style supermarket, and came back to our parking spot and couldn't find the Wi-Fi, you know, hotspot, whatchamacallit. We have been losing things left and right. Nothing gets put in the same place twice. Things have not been staying charged. We've been with cloudy days for the past 3 days now, so our battery is pretty much depleted. So we've got no heat, we've got no charge, really barely can make our laptops charge. Wi-Fi is what we've been relying on for GPS and looking at places to go and just like keeping track of campsites and everything. So basically Wi-Fi is sort of like our go-to map guru. Anyways, it's been overwhelming. I think the last few days everything seems to not be going as smoothly as it was at the beginning of the trip, and we're all sort of tired. We're all talking a lot about being ready to go home. The real vibe of van life is that we miss red pepper. We miss having space.
Excuse me, can I talk?
Go for it.
So plane gas goes is emergency. Hey.
Hey, you gotta look in the lens. Here. That's tricky, huh?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm looking in the video.
The lack of darkness has been something I miss as well. Not having dark nights is something I miss. I think we're gonna call it a night. We'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, for some more good vibes. Justin wanted me to mention also that I, in my youth, I guess, like my early teen years, had really bad seasonal affective disorder, and that was a big reason why I moved back to the States to go to college at SCAD, because of the weather and having more sunlight and bright, you know, good vibe energy coming from the sun. And I've definitely been feeling, maybe just in the last few days with so much overcast, that we've been lacking a little bit of that sunlight that we need to sort of keep vibes up. Justin's been talking a lot about wanting like more personal time and getting back on track with his daily routines, things like going to the gym and rock climbing and getting out for a bike ride. It's definitely been tough to be out of our rhythm. Hi.
I think we talked about how easily accessible campsites are, and how easy they are to be found and to reserve. You just show up, you don't even have to reserve in advance. So that's been easy, but having to travel and move, especially at a much faster pace towards the end of the trip, has been a little bit stressful. We've had to travel a bit every single day. Honestly, that's a bit much, to be honest with you. I mean, I like going somewhere and staying for like a week and getting used to the place and developing a routine before you move on to the next place. I would say that we are homesick. We've been pushing ourselves very hard. we have been missing out on our routines. And that's something that's so key that I think you need to keep in mind when you are traveling, when you are a nomad. And travel in a way that fits you and your schedule and what you like and what you vibe with.
Van life isn't always super easy, although we've had some really incredible days. We are definitely in our lull of lower days. So with that, we will leave you and hopefully be in a more better mood tomorrow. Good night. We are at the Perlan. I got done working this morning. Pops is doing his shift now, and Azalea and I are going to go for a little adventure. We were hoping to find this bouncy castle. Apparently it's like the world's largest bouncy castle. Yum. So we're going to go down and get some tickets for 2, and until then enjoy this delicious carrot cake and hang out on the rooftop with a view of Reykjavik. Hey. Our bouncy castle time was amazing. I had an absolute blast with Azalea, and we decided to get Justin something because we had some fun and he deserved some time off, so we got him a little zip lining. Check this out.
Ta-da!
Nice slam.
Man, that was a hell of a punch at the end. That was just beautiful. One of the things I think I love the most is Juby knows how much I love adventure and adrenaline, and I think she could kind of tell that I was a little bit sad to miss out on some of these really epic outdoor type adventures. You know, you're just limited in what you can do when you have a small child. And so for her to come around and give me a ticket to do zip lining here at the end of our time here in Reykjavik was really, really sweet of her to do. So babes, thank you. You're the best. I appreciate you. Need a ride? That was the most epic bouncy house I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, me too.
It was like a bouncy city. Bounce metropolis.
A metropolis. We're going to the Grandi food hall for some like late lunch, early dinner vibes. Justin loves like food courts, and so hopefully this one will have a lot of good choices. I think we've smashed it. We're feeling better today, right?
Oh, I feel great. Like I'm getting everything I love today. Thank you, everybody. And yesterday. We got to watch the game, enjoy some beer, get to go to a food hall and zip line. You guys are really treating me.
Right now.
Thank you, family. You're the best.
You're the best. We love you, Pop.
Love you too.
We can talk about watching Peppa maybe at the hotel, okay? Because we haven't watched it this whole time we've been on this trip. We decided Reykjavik was really just about like food and some catch up of work and some like fun activities, because we had been doing a lot of free activities like climbing mountains and volcanoes and exploring the wilderness for basically the last 2 weeks, that it was about time to
City slick.
Yeah, city slick. So I think that's definitely recuperated our mental states, as well as just having personal time for each of ourselves.
And the sunshine helps.
And the sunshine definitely helps. As always, Azalea comes resting at impeccable timing.
You know what I smell? Date night.
I smell paprika at Juby's. Well, it wouldn't be an Icelandic adventure without ice cream next to a rainbow road, per Azalea's request.
I got this one, brand one.
I can smell it.
Mom, what are you talking about?
I got dark chocolate.
Oh, you ain't no ass, but
I just don't like the way banana smells.
I like banana smells.
I'm really particular about how I eat my banana.
You
I go in
gotta
phases of like eating regular
wanted
banana
that.
and not. And
You
sometimes I
asked-
only like it in
I
banana bread
wanted
format.
that, Mom. You asked, I wanted that.
Dun-na.
mine's actually the best.
Mine's
It's really good.
in a cup.
Actually, I like it.
Hey, babe, tell me a little bit about book bag life.
Book bag life is after 2 weeks, your clothes are very stinky. And nothing is folded, and everything is a mess.
This is our last day in the van. We have to sadly clean up the van and take it back today to Happy Campers. But first, we're really excited, and this is much needed for us. We're going to the Blue Lagoon. Roughing it backpack life in a van for like 2 weeks. It's been a lot to transition to. I have a lot of respect and kudos for folks who do this on the reg in a van because, man, with 3 people, even in this huge van, it's a lot. Despite all the emotions running, I'm just going to take time to relax and soak up this last full day in Iceland before we have to fly out tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to get to it.
Get to work, babe. We got a lot to clean up. To the lagoon.
Whoa. Yeah, in the blue water. That's amazing. Need a hand? What? Say, there's a cave. No way. What do you think so far? I have a new fashionable piece that I want to show you. Welcome, the shower cap. Keep my hair up, and my mane did.
The sound of this distribution well is 38 degrees C geothermal seawater being channeled into the lagoon from 2,000 meters within the earth. You got it, you got it. Go, go, go. This one is deep cleansing and purifying the skin. Leave it on for 10 minutes. I like your generosity and
Maskage.
Mama, wash it off you. Wash it away.
zombies.
No, turns us into beautiful people.
Say, what do you think about Mama's face mask? Azalea's loving this experience.
Mommy,
Oh yeah.
come on.
This is what happens after about 2 weeks of road life, griminess. We've finished up our delightful spa experience, which was not very relaxing towards the end. Azalea wasn't enjoying it as much as she was other spa experiences on this trip. And I think all of us were just feeling a bit overexhausted and tired and ready to just vegetate, relax and do nothing and all be in our own spaces. So Justin is watching the football and Azalea is watching Peppa Pig and I'm about to do some work. And we've got quite a nice view of lava out our window. What are you going to talk about?
I talk about playing us with everything and brothers and sisters. I'm going home, guys.
Oh hey.
Oh
hey. Where are we going, Azalia?
To the airport.
It's time for us to leave this hotel and get on an airplane going back to the States. Red Pepper, I miss you. Can't wait to get home and more adventures to come. Iceland has been incredible and a life-changing experience. Just kidding, we have to wait for our taxi to arrive. So we've got another...
Hi. The guy from Happy Camper wants to talk to you.
Oh, okay. The emotional roller coaster continues when it comes to my boots. A little update on my boot saga. As you had seen in our last video, the boots had been found and I had been in communication with the guy who I'm super grateful for to have taken so much care to wrap my boots up and put a note and drop them off at Happy Campers, like right at the front door. When we were there, we couldn't find them. And then today, I was feeling really sad because basically I had to lose my boots all over again, even though they were so close to being back in my hands. And I just got a call from Happy Campers saying that they had found the boots, removed them from the bag, not read the note, and thrown them in the rubbish because they thought somebody had left them behind. So they looked all over and found them in the rubbish. And now I suppose they're waiting for me at the front desk. I am super happy, although trying not to get my hopes up. Anyways, enough about the boot saga. We're writing postcards to people to send from Iceland. Wow.
What's this card?
This is for Jamie and Lindsay and Pearl.
Can I get Mom?
Alright, you can lick it.
It's a whale. Who's that for?
It's for Nazi
Yeah, okay.
and Mackenzie and Angela.
Oh, wait, here. Sleep.
We travel really light. A complete nightmare to get this COVID stuff done. We arrived at the airport thinking we didn't need to get COVID tested, but actually we did. So they don't do testing at the airport, so we had to get in a taxi to drive to the site that does the COVID testing, pay $6,900 per person, which worked out to be like $250 for our test, plus the taxi, which we had already paid for just to get to the airport. And then now we've been given this form here for an attestation to the United States saying that basically the test that we took is legitimate. They didn't have Wi-Fi at the site like 5 minutes away from the airport because you were supposed to make an appointment ahead of time, which they didn't tell me at the airport. So yeah, I guess if you are flying international or anything to do with airlines and flights, I would just double check that you don't have to get tested for COVID ahead of time, and if you do, make sure you book an appointment because you might need Wi-Fi. This has been very dramatic. Zayla is losing her mind. Pops looks super angry at life.
I see her angry.
Mm-hmm.
Make a video. I'll make a video. Hey, I got it, Mom.
Good afternoon, dear passengers, and welcome aboard.
Got my boots back, by the way.
Þau koma í loftið til söðurs og með hægri veginn á stefnu. Þið getur fylgst með framgangi flugsins á skjánum fyrir framan ykkur. Flugtími inn til Washington á allar 6 klukkustundir og 5 mínútur. Flugskilið líta ágætlega út. Veðrið í Washington er ljómandi. Ingen betur á það þegar við hefjum lækkun og kemst á einnig með lendingatíma. Takk fyrir.
Happy Samsung monitoring sign for terminal. And please keep in mind to maintain social distancing when disembarking the aircraft.
Welcome back to the United States of America. We had quite the trip yesterday. First we flew over Greenland, which was insane. It was so cool to know what a glacier looks like and then to see it in abundance in Greenland. That was amazing.
Was that a glacier?
Yeah, there was tons of glaciers.
It was interesting. The snow looked like melted marshmallows over the landscape.
And then when we got closer to DC, I guess there was a storm that was rolling in, and so we had some super intense turbulence. Thalia was acting out, expressing her anger in a bit more of a physical way, which has been a lot to handle lately. And everybody was very emotional. I was crying a bunch. Azalea was definitely crying a bunch, and Pops wasn't speaking to either of us.
They were both getting on my nerves. It was quite an emotional roller coaster for the last few days of the trip between both of them, and I needed my personal space.
And as you all know, Azalea is turning 3 in November, so she's at the peak and her prime of being in the terrible twos. She's not terrible all the time, but when she wants to. You have a wedgie. Okay, you can just ask me, I'll help you fix it. We will be heading back down to North Carolina and packing things up, visiting family and friends one last time, and then heading west.
Yesterday on the car ride home from the airport, we were reminiscing about the trip and all the things that we've done. It was kind of mind-blowing, the amount of things that we were able to accomplish in just 2 weeks. I'm just really appreciative of the trip. There were obviously bumps along the way, as would be with any trip and any family. You learn a lot when you travel with your family. You learn a lot about what you need throughout that trip. And I think now that I've got some time to reflect on it, I'm excited to learn more about what makes travel super enjoyable for us and makes it so that we can all get through without absolutely murdering each other. But also, like, the things that we appreciate seeing. Just learn about the things that we appreciate seeing, the things that we appreciate doing, and also how much value we got out of planning the trip ahead of time with day-to-day itineraries. Creating this itinerary online, the way that Juby did, was extremely helpful to keep us on track for where we needed to be, when we needed to be there, so that we were back to the airport in time, but also giving us a good amount of things to choose to do depending on what we were feeling that day.
If you guys are interested in knowing what places we stopped at, I'll put a link in the description below for a blog post. Everything that you need to know about our trip, like places that we stayed, campsites that we stayed, what you need to know about campsites, the average cost, all the things, all the little details. I'm going to put that together so you guys have a little bit more information if you guys want to travel to Iceland. Well, without further ado, we probably need to move on with our day. Azalea is ready for some berries, and I'm ready to get to work. Pops is ready to take a break, run away, become a hermit.
I'm gonna grab my beard back out and never come out of my house again.
Anyways, wish us luck with the terrible twos, and without further ado, see you next week. Have a good day, and we love you guys, and subscribe, and enjoy that weather. And if you have terrible twos, we feel your pain, and stay strong. We'll do this together.
Let me get a whoop whoop in the comments if you know about the terrible twos.
Yeah, for real though, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and see you next time.